Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Somers Town Board regular meeting starting here at 7 o'clock, Thursday, May 11th, 2023. Before we start, we'll everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Patty, can we please start with roll call?
Councilman William G. Faulkner.
Here.
Councilman Richard G. Clinchie.
Present.
Councilman Anthony J. Sirico.
Here.
Councilman Thomas A. Garrity Jr.
Here.
Supervisor Rob Scarano.
Here. Okay. We'll get right into our public hearing. I'll make a motion to open up the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
I forgot to tell you publishing.
Oh.
Yes, for publishing.
You want me to do it now or you want me to go back?
Good. No, just do your thing. And
We'll do
then-
it, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just remind me after this. Okay. Tonight, the proposed local law to amend Chapter 158 entitled Vehicles and Traffic of the Town of Somers. Let me read the notice here. A three-way stop sign shall be installed at the intersection of Lakeview Drive and Cypress Lane, and a stop sign shall be installed at the northwest corner of Bridge Lane at its curve with the westerly Bridge Lane dead end. Okay. For the public, is anybody here for comments?
Now you
Oh. Patty, publishing postings?
That was posted in the Somers Record and on the town clerk's bulletin board on April 27th.
Okay.
Now open.
Yeah. Now that I'll make a motion to. Anybody has for comments? For public comment?
It's going to be at the curb, there's going to be a stop right at that.
If you like to come, would you like to come up here?
Just go up to the microphone.
Go up to the microphone, state your name, and
Yeah.
They need to hear you at home.
Okay.
Donna Finney. I live on 25 Bridge Lane, so I'm like right at that corner. So is the stop sign going to be like right in front of my house?
I believe the stop sign is at the one around that corner.
Yeah, you said there's going to be one around the corner.
It's going to be not at the corner. There's going to be the one, a stop sign to be installed at the northwest corner of Bridge Lane and the curb at westerly Bridge Lane at the dead end. So the dead end is the road that comes down to the left, right there as they come up to the top of the hill. Is that right?
No.
No?
No.
It's going to be on the curb in front of
It's gonna
her
be on the
house,
curb?
Where there's now a sign or a mailbox. There's a mailbox.
Yeah, there's a mailbox there, yeah. So it's going to be right there.
Oh, so it's gonna be right there, yeah, so that's, yeah, around that curve, I was going the other way, sorry.
Yeah,
This
no,
curve,
okay.
correct.
Maps right
Yeah, in front of the Gould's house then, yeah. Okay. Hope that's going to work.
I don't know. I don't have it. Okay.
Anybody else? I was looking at the.
Is there, ma'am, is there any reason why that wouldn't work where you are?
Well, because I'm just concerned because when people pull down on Bridge Lane, a lot of times they're on the wrong side of the road. Like if you're coming up Miller and you make the left of the bridge.
Can you go back up to the mic, please?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so Miller.
I mean, if you have a concern,
Well, I am concerned.
Yeah.
No, if you make the left from Miller Road onto Bridge Lane, a lot of times people are on the wrong side of the street, so you have to try and move over. So if there's going to be a stop sign at that curve, I'm just concerned that there might be like a head-on or something.
Okay,
And there's also the road right there too, like that goes down to the Goulds.
well, I would assume that the placement, the exact placement of it is up somewhat to the highway superintendent at the best place, so it doesn't do exactly that, but
Correct.
accomplishes the goal of slowing people down and not having an accident.
Okay.
So if you'd like to pass on that suggestion to him or that concern, you know, maybe he's thought of it, maybe not. But I would suppose, because you're not changing the exact, we're just saying we're gonna put it there. We're not
Right.
saying it's gonna put in that foot of land or that foot
No,
of
we are
land.
saying we're going to put it right there.
Yes.
right there.
Not that,
We,
Right
that's-
where the
But I mean,
This
mailboxes
has
are.
been,
but you have
we've
a
had,
foot, 2 foot leeway? No? Yeah.
But
It's going to be in the
It's gonna be in
general
there.
Be
area
in
where we're
there,
talking
right,
about.
yeah.
Well, does anybody else agree with me that they think that it might cause a problem being
that's
there?
what was requested.
well, this is what's been
No?
requested.
My house has been the one crashed into, so that's why I want a stop sign there.
Yeah, if we could, I mean, if we could keep it from the audience out there, we want to hear everything on the
If you'd like to make come up and make
Yeah.
a comment,
Okay,
that'd be great.
okay.
Your name again?
Hi, I'm Liz Mira. I'm the person that has been requesting the stop sign being put there.
Right.
I think it's a great idea. It's actually an intersection because the dead end goes down So when people come down Bridge Lane and they're going down the dead end, they have to cross the road. So for someone to stop as they're approaching the dead end, it's a safety. So there's an intersection. Also, people fly. There was a neighbor that told me that he called the police about a week ago because the police had the speed limit. And he called. He lives Tompkins and Bridge. And he saw from where he was, this guy in a Mercedes flying 80 miles an hour was clocked on the speed limit.
Oh, my gosh.
80 miles an hour going towards the curve. I'm sorry, my grandson, that's 4 years old, lives with me. So, that street is very important to me, and I have an old house, so unfortunately, it's set close to the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be addressing the board, I'm sorry, but.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, I appreciate the fact that you brought this to public hearing, and I appreciate the fact that something's going to be done. And I feel that at least, I know not everyone fully stops, but I think it'll at least,
So just to go back just a second for everybody's, we've had a number of meetings on this. We turned this out to the highway department and the police department. They went out and surveyed, came back with a recommendation. So we're taking their recommendation. We're not traffic experts. I think the intent here is to establish this and see what happens.
right.
We're doing a number of things, right now. We're implementing a number of things, some speed bumps and some traffic calming strategies, all right?
Yeah.
So, give us a chance, let us get it in, and
I think this is going to help tremendously,
And
so I really appreciate it.
The fact is, I agree with you, too. I mean, a stop sign, it's going to slow people down. I mean, I highly doubt you're going to have a person going 80 miles an hour just blow through a stop sign. I mean, but maybe you will. But I think most of us are built that if you see a stop sign, you slow down. Whereas the speed limit, that's a little bit of a different argument because your law-abiding people are going to continue to follow whatever the speed limit is. The people who are going to go fast when it's 30 miles an hour are going to go fast when it's 35 miles an hour. In my opinion, are going to go fast there. The speed limit is more for the law-abiding citizen, and it gives them guidance as where to go. That's why we have speed. You have speed limits on the highways, so you don't have people going 90 miles an hour. Hopefully, the law-abiding people follow the speed limits. But the
Right.
stop sign, I think I think it's sort of ingrained from youth to hopefully slow things down. So you'll be the best judge to tell
We'll
us.
see.
Yeah, this has been
We'll
pretty
see.
well. This has been pretty well thought out. I mean, you've been here multiple times, and we've been going about this for more than a couple months.
Well,
And we
for me personally, it's been years I've been asking for a stop sign.
Right.
But
So-
November, a group of people in Shenorock got interested in other, also safety
Right.
measures because they see
Correct.
the dangers, so.
Right, so we've taken all that into account. We've seen some of the photos that you've had. We've seen some of the surveys. We've taken all that into account. We brought it out to the police officers. We brought it out to the highway department, and they feel that a stop sign there is a warranted stop sign. So that's what we're here for tonight.
Thank you.
And we would like, and I know we will get, but we would like your feedback over the next,
Definitely.
after it's up there. Just let us know what you think, positive or
Definitely.
negative.
we're going to learn from this, no question. Speeding's a problem in the town.
All over.
All over.
Yes.
Particularly on the north-south corridors. But like you said, we're seeing it in all the lake communities and such.
What I also wanted
Let's
to
see what we can do here.
point out, we had talked about lake communities before and saying, hey, this is unfortunate, but it happens. Speeding might be people that live in the community, maybe. But our community, if you compare it to the other lake communities in Somers, is the only community that is a cut-through.
Yes, that's true.
Purdy's, Lake and Dale, you don't cut through. With Shenorock, definitely. You save time, avoid the light, all that.
Okay.
So thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Our pleasure.
Anybody else here for public comment?
I'm Joe Iconetti. I live in Shenorock.
Hey, Joe.
How you doing?
Good.
Yeah, I'm very pleasantly surprised at everything you're doing. It started a long time ago, and everything's a slow process. And don't perceive anything that's said in any negative way, and I don't think you are, because you're moving right along. But these things take a long time, and everyone speeds occasionally. Going to the doctor's appointment, trying to get to work. So I think we're all here to make Somers a safer place. It's a very safe community, and I'm very fortunate to be able to live here. and we're just trying to make it safer, and I think that's what you're trying to do. You're addressing all these issues that we bring up one at a time, and it's very much appreciated by me, and I'm sure the other people that have these concerns. And we live in a lake community, like Liz said, and people are walking around and those streets and near those streets, and speed is a safety issue. And like you said, it's not just Somers, it's the state, it's the country. It's really out of hand. And personally, the only thing I feel that's going to guarantee to slow the traffic down, and I mean guarantee it, is the speed humps, like they have in Bedford Hills, and all year speed bumps, not taking a break from, say, October to March, because that's just telling people those months, you know, do whatever you want, you know. So again, that's personally, I feel that that's the only thing that's going to guarantee slowing traffic. The police are great, troopers are great, they can't be everywhere. They got a lot of other concerns, safety at the schools, etc. So I also like to say that it's inconvenient. Even the speed humps, they're going to be inconvenient, but they're necessary. These are legitimate safety concerns. They're just inconvenient, like there was smoking in public. That was an inconvenience for a lot of people until they finally passed laws. Resistance to seat belts when they were first introduced. Nobody liked them. They had to pass laws. There were a lot of deaths with drinking and driving, and Mothers Against Drunken Driving got together and they finally got laws passed. And this is a very, very slow process. So, like I said, I'm happy with what you're doing up till now, and I know you're not going to snap your fingers and get it done, and you're not going to be able to do everything. So I'm just expressing myself. Cell phones, that was another thing when they first came out. It's an inconvenience for some people. When they pass the laws, and you have to be hands-free if you're using a cell phone. And there's new campaigns out now, Speeding Ruins Lives. That's the new slogan. And it used to be Speed Kills. And that's definite. It's legitimate, totally legitimate. And if you take a driver safety class, which I try to do every 3 years, you get points off your license if you happen to get a ticket. You get a minor insurance reduction. And they always emphasize that. It's going to just slow reaction time. So again, these are legitimate safety concerns. And I, for one, appreciate all you're doing up till now. I'm pleasantly surprised it's moved faster than I thought it was. Years.
Us too sometimes.
Thank you.
At least you're getting some stop signs.
Exceeding
put
your
up.
expectations.
And
we are.
it shows that you're listening to us, and you're as concerned about it as we are.
Yeah, I think we did the stop signs. We haven't done it yet, but the mirrors, the temporary speed bumps. So
Yeah, that's my only disagreement.
I know that's your only disagreement. I know that's your only disagreement.
Yeah, okay.
But you know, it's a start. And
I understand.
Let's see how that.
It's a good start.
How that plays out, and we're not
And-
going to know right off for the first week or two.
Understandable.
It's going to be a couple months,
Yeah.
and then with input
Yeah.
as well from the residents of Shenorock,
Right.
we'll be able to have a better understanding
Yeah.
about what's going on
Yep.
there.
It's not even a good start, it's a great start. So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Joe.
Appreciate it.
Anybody else here want to make a comment?
Oh.
I'll be brief. Robin Anderson, 9 Cypress Lane. Thank you, guys. This is a long, as Joe said, quicker than we imagined it would be to get these stop signs in, and it's a great start. We drove past the lake today. I don't know, we have resident swans there, and we now have 4 cygnets, and everybody's walking around the lake to look at the swans. There was a lemonade stand going on, not lemonade, they're selling iced tea these days. Apparently we need more caffeine. But there's just a lot more activity there, and having a stop sign, the 3-way stop at the lake will be huge. Having the speed humps there will be a huge factor in slowing people down. I am concerned about my neighbors that live up on Overhill and those areas, because we haven't addressed those. But I think moving forward, those are things we continue to look at, and I thank you for all your efforts to date so far. Thank you.
Thank you, Rob.
Robin, have you had, you've been here many times, and probably people have seen you. Have you received any negative sort of feedback? You know, Robin, we don't need it all over the place. You're talking too much now.
I've heard one person on Facebook said that, actually two, they didn't want too many stop signs, they didn't want it to be Yonkers. And I happen to know these are people that don't live on Cypress or Lake, they live on the little dead-end
where nobody
streets.
speeds anyway.
Nobody speeds because there's no cars going up and down them. So, but for the most part, and certainly my immediate neighbors, everyone is very, very supportive, including Joe. Where'd he go? There he is. All right.
Well, we thank you because, again, we all get on this board ultimately to try and help the town. And we all understand that even just to get a stop sign, you see what we have to do. You have to do public hearings, you have to put it out, you have to do this. So it does take a while. So we're glad when we can get some glimmer of, hey, we're helping people. You know, that's why ultimately we're all here. And the first thing any one of us will tell you is public health and safety. That's the main thing that we need to protect. So we appreciate the kind, we really do. And we know there's still areas that we need to go into.
It's a start.
But you got to start. I mean, we've been on this board for many years where stop signs have taken even longer. So maybe not the years, but from start to finish. So we really do thank you for the kind words. It's nice. It's very refreshing to hear.
Good to hear.
So Roland, just quickly, stop signs are generally not used as traffic calming devices.
No.
Or
Should not be used.
Is that
I
DOT?
think that's a common principle, yeah.
That's a principle, but not a DOT law, though.
No, it's not a law.
Okay. So those are concepts.
And we already know that we're going to have many people giving us feedback
Yes, you
on
will.
how it works out, so, which we look forward to.
Unfortunately, you will see me again. I'll be back.
Oh,
But
good.
thank you.
No, we look forward to it. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Robin.
Can I just take off on a safety issue?
Well, we have one other person who wants to speak
Oh, I'm
first.
sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Public comment.
Hi, good evening. I know I jumped the line, sorry. My name is Lorena Minnerly. I live in Shadow Rock, and I just want to say I'm very happy with what's going on. The baby steps, everything is baby steps. And I'm actually more happy that you're taking a proactive approach. I know it was said before, oh, this hasn't happened, no accident has happened. And what triggered me more, a couple weeks ago when they had that accident in Mount Kisco in Yorktown, where those 3 boys are in critical condition, and my friend's neighbor was a school aide on that bus, and he's held by pens. I mean, again, you don't want to do it after it happens. We don't want to wait for something to happen. So I just want to say I'm happy with the baby steps we're taking. Even the mirrors when we're walking with our dog, they help so much. It's still we're like, oh, the mirror's there, but you know what? We see oncoming traffic, we see everything, and you know what? It's safety. I feel safer. So I appreciate the baby steps. I know it's gonna take time, and as for speed humps and speed bumps, I don't like them, but I know that it helps. It really helps slow down, and it helps whether I'm gonna run into a kid or not kid, but you know, if you're driving and you have that speed hump, it's gonna slow me down. I work in the Bronx, and it's all over the hospital, and it's a safety precautionaries. They're being more proactive. So, thank you. That was it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think that one at Miller Road and, what is it, 202 there, that's the one that's, I still can't believe that there's a controversy about that with the state, but we'll keep pursuing that one.
Hi, Wendy Archer. I'm one of those Crest Drive North people they were talking about with Overhill. So I too want to say thank you very much and congratulate my neighbors as long as the vote goes the way we like. And I actually owe you a letter.
I think you're pretty assured of that. I wouldn't worry.
Good. So I owe you a letter. I had mentioned I was going to get some information together and request a traffic engineering study. I did look, and there is a vast range of prices for traffic engineering studies. So according to how this went tonight, I wanted to see if there was certain places that perhaps would warrant a study. Because I know Overhill is a challenge. I know that the stop signs we were requesting for there, people weren't too keen on, I think because it's at the top of a hill. Not really sure, but I'm still working on the letter and you'll get it soon. Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
And I think, like you said, we're not necessarily done here, because one of the main things that you're saying is that it's used as a cut-through, which again, someone who's lived here for as long as I have, I never even think about it. Like, I never even think to cut through there. Maybe I'm just stupid, but
I don't.
you know, what I'd like to thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. Always a supportive force. But what I'd like to look at is to look to see, okay, maybe go out with one of you and say, where are they cutting through? Like, I know Shenorock, but you're the expert. Where are they cutting through? Are they coming down and going down right around the lake? And is there a way that we can do something to slow it enough so that it no longer makes sense as a cut-through?
As a cut-through.
And you know, again, that doesn't mean that we have to put speed bumps all over Shenorock, but we just want to, you know, I'd be interested to say if we put a couple of strategically placed ones, is the person in the morning after they do it that one time and they go, oh my gosh, that just took me 5 minutes longer than if I'd gone the other way, so I'm going to go the other way. Does that make sense? I think that's something that I know.
I've tried cutting through to see if
Can't be faster, though.
Yeah, go ahead,
As a
Ty.
resident?
Yes, Betty. Go ahead.
Don't write
Can you
this
say
down.
your name, please?
No.
So my name is Patricia Calba. I live at 56 Forest Lane. I have one of the worst intersections at Overhill. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We got, but you know, my road was not on your list. I was the first one to get the mirror. I thank Nick every day for that mirror. Actually had to teach my mother how to use it. But it is amazing.
Yeah. When we did the drive-through with Nick, that was one of the spots we had.
Well, because I said to him, if everybody's getting stop signs, they're going to put a stop sign there because there's no sight clearance making that left. And so if you're making the left or the right, it doesn't matter if there's a car coming around the corner.
Yeah.
And like literally would refuse to let my son, refuse to let my son go out that way when he was learning to
But she
drive.
can't do it though. She looks up here and then her head goes right back out.
I don't want to.
Out of control.
But-
Out of control.
So I gotta say, those mirrors are helpful.
Yeah.
And when I was collecting signatures, I was asked, how do we get stop signs removed?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh,
I
okay.
was like,
You know,
You don't.
I've tried to do the cut-through before. right?
I'm sorry, I want to comment about that. And again, if I come to work and I have to go to Baldwin Place, I never go back through Shenrock. It takes longer.
It's got to.
Yeah.
That's
So
why
I don't
I tried.
understand why
It
people
took
would
me a little
come
bit
through.
longer to go for the cut-through.
I'm not saying they don't do it,
And-
it's just,
Sorry, I mean, I think it may have to do with the apps that people use. Because, you
Yeah,
know,
that
even
could be
if
too.
the lights, if it's
Yeah, like
red,
Waze
they're going
or
to send you
something
that
to
way.
take it.
Well, and if it's during you know rush hour,
might
there
be
are longer lights
Maybe.
at that light. So somebody might be coming up saying, "Oh, I'm going to do that." Whereas if you're coming home at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't have to
It's
worry
a lot
about it.
faster than that moment.
But again, that's something that I agree we could continue to look into. I'm glad we're able to make these steps and hopefully make it safer, especially for somebody who's had cars in their front yard numerous times. So hopefully we can do that. And thank you, Ms. Calva.
thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you did it within 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Congratulations.
Timing it. Timing it.
Is there anybody else before
Anybody
we
else
close it
like
up?
to say something?
Excellent.
No? Then I'll make a motion to close our public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. I'd like to make a
colorful.
motion to adopt the local law.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
30 to 45 days, just so you know.
Oh, that way? Okay.
All right.
The install process.
I think they should be on their way, or if we're not, we already had them, but they'll be coming in soon, so.
Yeah, we can we'll check with Nick.
We'll
If
check
you want
with
to call
Nick.
the supervisor's office.
Yeah.
He'll get an update on it.
Okay?
We started doing it at Lincolndale during the summer and it works well.
Yeah.
Again, not year round, but
And I think
but
we're,
even those might help with the
I think we're out of the snow, right? We're out of the snow, we're into,
God, I
We
hope
better
so.
be out of
we
the
should be,
snow.
we should be. So, we should be soon.
Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your feedback. You know, thank you for not going nuts on us. So we always appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, now we'll move.
We're on a first name basis now, right?
Yeah, we know all of it.
Hey, Rob, just one thing.
Go ahead.
Just on safety. You know, we've had a couple of experiences where somebody hops out of their truck at the mobile station and drives through the window. My wife works for Houlihan. She's in the town center there. Since they changed to diagonal parking, there's 2 instances where people just over the top hit one of the stores, almost into the window. So that, what I want to maybe just kind of turn this out to our, our code enforcers and maybe talk to our people here, because these things have happened. And maybe some of the building code requires some sort of a barrier setup.
Balance.
Yeah, something that's, it's architecturally pleasing, but, will protect, pedestrians on sidewalks or in situations where a guy hops out of his car after he goes to walk into the Mobile Mart and the car just was in gear.
You're
And
funny,
he
Tony.
just drove right through the door.
Because I was somewhere the other day and they had just installed some of those. I was thinking the same thing. Because we're seeing,
Yeah,
Even right here.
that's where it was. Maybe it was out here that I saw.
but,
We replace them there.
as we go through this building process,
killers
as we go
over
through
there.
this building process and we're approving, new sites and so on, and there's a little bit of density and, parking lots and so on, that's got to be
Something
part
like
of the thought process, I think.
Yeah, because we are seeing more and more things like that. People absent-minded, they're on their phones, they get out and the car's still in drive, and all of a sudden, where'd my car go?
I mean, the whole thing with the keys and all this stuff, and, dials instead of, the whole metaphor is different. You just jump out of the car, you think you turned the radio off when you really didn't take it out of gear.
Yeah, especially the cars, a lot of cars now idle real low, you don't even know if they're on until you
Yeah, you've
move a
got hybrid,
little
you don't
bit.
even hear it.
Then it comes back on.
That's true.
So,
So, I'll send you a note on that.
Great.
We can kind of take a look at it.
well, thank you.
Thank you all very much.
We're going to move right now into public comment. I'd like to make a motion to open up the public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is there anybody here for public comment? Anything else they would like to
We're all here
discuss?
for the public hearing.
All right, anybody out there? No?
Anybody on the,
Anybody online?
One was about the dogs.
Would you like some? Yeah,
Yeah, please
come up
please
here.
come up and say it to Mike.
Sorry, I'm taking a lot of your time, but
Not at all.
it's, I've noticed that when I'm taking my granddaughter for a walk, there's a lot of dogs that are in houses and they're in their yards, but they're not chained, they're not leashed. And some of them are very, very scary. They'll run right up to the road and bark at me, and it scares me. So I'm kind of afraid to walk now. And I know a lot of people like walking down by the lake, and that's where I usually go. And there are like 3 or 4 houses that have dogs. And then there's another house that leaves their dog in the house all day, and all the poor dog does is bark.
So, Roland, quick
Those are
question.
fenceless yards where they have the.
It has a fence, but it's an open.
It's
The
probably
dogs
electric-
can get
probably
out.
I'm saying electric
Could be an
fence.
I don't
invisible.
know.
They go up to that point, then stop.
So like
because it's
my house, I have an invisible fence.
Yeah,
My dog
I'm not
knows where
sure.
they can
That's-
go. But my question is, though, on your own property, is there a leash law? It's only if you take them off, on your own property, you're allowed to have your dog.
Only on public property.
Yeah, so on your own property, I mean, most people, I know the supervisor does, I know
Yep.
I do, we have the invisible fence, and quite honestly, it works great. Maybe every couple of years, your dog will test it, but once they test it, they don't do it. So I know there's no leash law if it's just, you just hope that the person that's keeping control of their dog.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
If
think
you
that-
do have issues, we do have,
You have a dog control officer.
well, I'm saying, if a dog gets off the property or
Off the
something.
property?
Yeah, no, if a dog gets off the property, is there a cause like that?
There is a dog control officer.
Yeah, we do have a dog control officer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Anybody else here for public comment? Anything else? If not, I'll make a motion to close public comment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Patty, we're going to move right on here now to the approval of minutes.
Okay, so I have an addition and a subtraction here.
Okay.
So I have to add the December 8th public hearing. I forgot to add that. And I'm taking the February 9th off for further editing. So everything else everything has been sent to you with the exception of February 9th.
Okay. Great.
Work session.
motion to approve.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Thank you. Thanks.
Approve
Rob,
minutes.
somebody's stealing your thunder over here.
That's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's good.
Man, oh, man.
I
Move
know.
over, Rob?
You want this?
No.
All right, we're going to move right on to department reports. Patty?
Sure, I have the reports from the town clerk, building inspector, zoning board of appeals, plumbing, Bureau of Fire Prevention, Parks and Recreation, planning and engineering, tax receiver, and director of finance.
Can I make a motion for that?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go on to the business of the board here. Some stuff that's happening in the town of Somers update. Yesterday, I accompanied Congressman Mike Lawler at Mount Pleasant Town Hall. The congressman is seeking $56 million in grant funding for 15 infrastructure projects, and Somers has been, is one of those 15 projects.
Oh, good.
So just want to give a little bit of update on that. So hopefully we'll get some, we'll hear some information soon.
Which projects was
This
he?
project will be for, and I'll give you the, what it was for. This is for,
And he has said he's backing this.
yes, he is backing this. Yes, we did that. So it's a funding project to facilitate the compliance with the primary drinking water regulations to address the public health and addressing our PFAS and MCL
Right.
exceedances here in the Elephant Hotel and in the Business Historic District. So we've been not awarded the grant, but we are in the next, we're in the phase of one of those 15 out of Rockland County, Putnam County, and Westchester County. So we're one of the 15, and that's about $56 million he's seeking from congressional funding.
So that would be a tremendous boost, not only the town, but the whole center of town.
The whole center of town, yep.
Would benefit by this, by in some way, ameliorating the effects of the PFAS, which you can read, all over the place, and the impact of that. That would be a tremendous
Not only
thing
that, for the dense population that we have here, will also be for fire prevention, and it'll also be for a more walkable community, with adding sidewalks here in town. So it would be, hopefully, we'll keep our, we'll knock on wood, hopefully we get awarded that congressional funding money, and we'll keep you guys up to speed when we hear some more information.
But the game plan is to essentially put water in the Business Historic District.
Correct.
This gets us funding, gets it done on somebody else's dime, so to speak.
Did he say, or did he indicate which department of the federal government these grants would come out of?
So this is,
They don't have any
Senator
number of
Schumer
grants
and
anymore.
Senator Gillibrand have their funding, which they trickle down to the congressman. So the congressman then will pick a number of projects that he feels is beneficial, and we were one of those. So it ultimately comes from the Senate and it trickles down to the to Congress.
Okay.
Done. Good. Also, another thing I want to keep everybody aware of is here in town, the Amawalk Dam. So the Amawalk Dam is ramping up. There'll be a shutdown from DEP on some of the other dams in the local area, and the shutdown, the Amawalk Dam is going to be trying to get up to full capacity from May 15th through the 22nd. Northern Westchester Joint Waterworks has asked people who are on public water to limit their sprinkling of for the watering of gardens, lawns, plant life, washing cars, animals, patios, porches, that kind of stuff, filling up pools and doing those yard showers. So if you're on public water here in Somers, we just ask you to limit your use from May 15th through the 22nd of May.
So that's next week.
That's next week.
So are they going to lower the level in the?
They're going to raise they're going to raise
raise
that up,
it.
yes, and lower some of the other areas.
Okay.
So we just need to do that. So they're just asking for that consumption, for people to limit that consumption for that week period of time.
Well, did he say? I was going to say Adam. He's not there anymore. They're notifying the people in that water district that
Correct.
this is going to happen,
Yep.
and please help us out. Okay, good.
Okay. We also had the unveiling of the Eagle Scout project yesterday, Simon Daly for the Hometown Heroes. That took place at Bailey Park yesterday. It was a great day, so we just want to give him a little bit more kudos for that. And then, what else do I have here? And then also, just now, a little while ago, we didn't have our executive session. We went to the Somers Middle School to see community projects. There was our inaugural showcase. Some great stuff was over there from the 8th graders. Panel. It was a great night for them. It's the first ever one they did, the NYP 8th grade capstone projects. We got to see some really good stuff, so there's really a lot of great things happening here in the town, especially our students.
Yep.
And as you saw last week when we honored, we recognized the Regeneron winners and people who were in that as well. So all good things happening here. So I just wanted to make note of all of that. And then it is National Preservation Month. And we have Doris Jane Smith, our Somers town historian here, wants to talk a little about National Preservation Month.
I want to know how I can preserve myself, actually. I need preservation.
Grace is going to do that. Okay. I have to read. Okay. Somers joins communities across the country this month by declaring May National Preservation Month. This initiative was established more than 40 years ago by the National Trust for Historic Preservation to raise public awareness and support for the social and economic benefits of historic preservation. It is natural and fitting to join this initiative since Somers Town government has supported historic preservation for decades, beginning with the acquisition of the Elephant Hotel as the seat of government in the 1920s. Since that time, the town has built a portfolio of historic buildings, beginning with the Wright Rees Homestead in 1967. Today, that portfolio includes 3 National Register sites and 1 National Historic Landmark, which is maintained primarily through taxpayers' dollars and augmented with donations by civic groups, volunteers, such as the recent new Old Bet sculpture donation made to the Town of Somers Historical Society. Equally significant was the recognition by the town of the historical significance of the roughly 56 acres Somers Hamlet, of which the Elephant Hotel, St. Luke's Church, and Bailey Park are focal points. First, the town amended its building code to reflect that historical significance in an effort to maintain the historical character by creating the Business Historical Preservation District, commonly referred to as the BHPD. And in a further step, on behalf of the town, my predecessor, the late town historian Florence Mickey Oliver, sought and gained National Register status for the Somers Hamlet, adding yet another distinction to our community and local businesses local within the BHPD. We take pride in our town's government historic preservation efforts through the years and celebrate those achievements this month with this resolution. So thank you for helping us celebrate National Preservation Month.
Thank you.
Thank you, Doris.
And you know, Doris,
Yeah.
so Rob was mentioning
from 6 to 7:30 to talk about the process, and the statue's obviously going to be here, but screening the film. the girls are going to have this premiere on YouTube, and they're also, those two girls, along with two others, comprise a Girl Scout troop named number 14, excuse me, 1457. They've created, as part of their Silver Award, an app on Goose Chase, and it's the CWR History Hunt. And the concept, they started this project during COVID, and what they had wanted to do was open up the Wright Reese Homestead and give tours to people. But then when COVID came along, it became increasingly clear that it wasn't sure when they would be able to have access to the building and whatnot. So they turned to Goose Chase, and basically this is it's almost like a scavenger hunt, but incorporates all of Reese Park, the homestead, the library, the upper fields, the ball fields, and the intent of that, as well as the Reese's story, is to let people know that this was all one big farm at one point in time, and this is how it's evolved through time. And the town has been the caretakers of that, for which we're very grateful, which is why we pointed that out.
And where
this
can you
evening.
find
that? The CWR?
Yeah.
I have
took over that,
a flyer right here. You have to download Goose Chase.
1967?
You have to download the app.
1967.
And it'll take you all around the park, up to Mount Zion, up to the upper fields,
that's
to the
really cool.
library. And so, again, the idea they wanted to communicate was this park didn't just happen. This is how it happened.
So Grace, do you download the app from our website?
From the Goose, you download the app from Goose Chase, which is it's an app. In the app, you have to go to the App Store.
I'm looking now,
Do you know how to
guys.
do that?
Yeah, but I mean,
know what
just
an app
so
store is?
people can, you know,
Do you have a phone?
Wait, you have to go to the
I could
App
do that.
Store. I don't know, I'm not that tech savvy, but Patty, help me out.
Goose Chase?
It's Goose Chase.
Right there, Goose Chase.
And then you download the app, so you
Yep.
have it on your phone, and then there's a special code on here.
And the flyer has a QR code, so you can.
You can just
Yeah,
snip-
the flyer has a
scan it,
QR
right?
code, it'll take you right there.
Can I see the flyer?
Yeah, sure.
Fine, you can do it now?
I
I'll
just
give
did
you
it.
all the flyers.
I just want to get it to one place on the website where people can point it and maybe take them to the place where they gotta go.
You have to have the app.
Yeah, well, you gotta take them to the place, you get the
You're not
app.
taking up too much time. This is
Goose
interesting.
Take one and pass
So you
it
gotta
on.
get on Goose Chase.
How to get it?
Get Goose Chase on
That's a
the,
prototype.
I like
That's
that.
not the real one. This is
gotta get a Goose
Thank
Chase
you.
on the website to get them there.
Pretty cool. Thank you.
Oh, all right, good. I'd like 5 of them. Thank you.
Awesome.
Excellent. No, I got it right here.
Yeah.
Thank you, Grace.
So
You're
Grace,
welcome.
just
Thank
when
you
is,
for your time.
just, when is Luigi gonna be here and gonna do that?
May 23rd. It's at May 23rd, Somers Library, in the public room there.
In the Somers Library?
Right, and it's the same. They're also having a little reception for those that would like to come, light refreshments, but honoring the people that have contributed to the community display that's in the reading room.
And they're gonna show the video that.
They're going to show the video. Mhm.
Okay, cool.
You know what time that is? Yet, or is it?
So I just,
Evening.
I want to say 6 o'clock.
So it's sometime.
All right, we know it's there.
Okay.
Hold on just a second.
It works, just so you know, Grace, I'm in.
Oh, good. Okay.
What's the code? Can you say the code? Is it easy?
The code is D, as in dog, 7, L, P, R, V.
We'll put it up here, maybe?
We'll put it on the website too.
Yeah. That's what we wanna do.
That's excellent.
Yep, their silver award.
Close up on
I'm
you.
gonna go this weekend.
He's zooming you.
Oh, yeah, try it. And I know they love feedback too, so,
I will.
It's great.
right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you,
guys.
Nice seeing you.
Thanks, guys.
Doris, Grace, you know, you
Exciting
guys
stuff.
do a great job. I mean, it's about the history, man.
You're the best.
You're the best.
It's always the goal.
All right, let's move on to number 3 here. Authorize the supervisor to sign the renewal contract for the town's dental insurance with Guardian for the period of April 1st, 2023 through March 31st, 2024, per referral from Robert Kehoe, Director of Finance. I'll make the motion to authorize the supervisor to sign.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Number 4, authorize the supervisor to execute the stormwater facilities maintenance agreement with SMP Homes, Inc., Michael Panny, tax map 37.15-1-22. for memo dated May 5th, 2023, Steve Warfel, Engineering Department. Make a motion to authorize supervisor to execute.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Patty, we have an add-on here for this evening. It is authorized the supervisor to execute a change order to the original bid from DNR for the AV equipment in the amount of $24,814 spot 24. I'd like to make a motion to authorize the supervisor to execute.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Could you, for anyone who's watching, just, so what are we gonna do with what's gonna happen that people will notice?
Yeah, so what people notice, we have a new camera in the back we're going to start to be using. We have a sort of in the other room, we have a control center that Paul, our camera guy, will be able to use. We'll have two. We have another camera over here to the right, which will get the podium, and then we have two computers. We have two TVs, which will be able to show
big screens.
Two big screen TVs. I think those are 70-inch. 70-inch TVs that people will be able to see what's on their computer screen. We have a setup down here. Where people
move the camera around, show people.
will be able to plug into their computer in there and their laptop to be able to pull up what they're talking about on the big screens. We have a new sound system coming in, new speakers. We'll be able to have a touchscreen capability. So there's a lot of things that have gone into this. It's pretty exciting once this is all completed. It will be state of the art. We'll be able to have some fun with it, Paul, right? And we'll be able to do some pretty cool things and bring more of a TV feel to it. So it'll be nice.
And if I may, this has been something we've been working on for years,
Back
talking
since
about earlier.
2018.
Right, and we proposed this as a budget add item, and it was a good idea then. It's a good idea. It's great to see it finally coming through to fruition.
Well, COVID sort of put us back 2 years. Right?
Yeah. But it's going to be able, like Rob was saying, it's going to be able to let people who present to be very interoperable with the other audio-video equipment, folks at home as well, and it's going to be a giant step forward.
Yeah, it'll help streamline everything what Paul's doing and bring a better visual experience to everybody else at home. So we want to do it. So and to our channels.
Hey, Paul, will you be in the back going camera 1, camera 2, so we're like a producer on Broadway?
I'll be in the back room eating.
He'll be having yeah. But we'll probably get some cool things, a red light or green light when we're on, we're live. He'll be able to have here and
close up, please. Thank you. Makeup.
Do your tie.
You know, it's just hard to believe we can go. I'm going to really miss the bulletin board, there. That 1950s style.
With the world's giant, with the world's largest thumbtack.
Yes.
I can put a picture of me there.
Somebody wave at you.
No.
I like Tom when people put up things on the bulletin and then the thing would start falling off.
Oh, we go sideways and every which
and
way.
trying on the camera. Oh, I can't see it here. And then the camera can't see it.
Either the town could see it or we could see it. Never both of us.
Never did.
Hopefully we can do better. Yes.
Okay.
So
Great.
Good.
It'll be
Good stuff.
exciting.
Thank you.
All right, Parks and Rec, we have no additional business. Financial, no additional business. Highway, no additional business. Personnel, we do have current vacancies again on some of our boards. Affordable Housing Board, Partners in Prevention. We're looking for people to come on to the board. So if you know anybody who's interested in joining one of our boards, please contact my office, and we'll love to have a conversation with you. Planning and Engineering, there's no additional business. Police, no additional business. The consensus agenda, I'd like to make a motion to adopt the consensus agenda as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, so moved.
And we do thereby declare May 2023 as National Historic Preservation Month.
Yes, we do.
That's on the agenda. Yeah.
Busy month.
I'm all in favor of preserving May.
Okay, our next meeting will be June 1st at 7 p.m., our work session, and then again on June 8th at 7 p.m., our town board regular meeting. And then we are combining our July meeting on July 13th, our work session, our regular meeting, and then again we're combining them again on August 10th, work session and regular meeting. Patty, we'll get to you. You have something for us?
You have 1,200 announcements.
I do have 1,200 announcements. I do. We're getting more. We're getting more and more.
I thought there was 7.
Well, Patty,
It looks like 1,200 to me. I agree with Patty.
Yes.
So,
Did you bring copies for us?
We got them emailed to
Yeah.
us.
An email. They're on top of this. Yeah.
all right. So I'd like to first announce Kate O'Keefe will be recognized as a Woman of Distinction in the 94th Assembly District on May 20th. Kate has initiated, organized, and participated in various community events for the town of Somers. In addition, Kate exemplifies faith, family, friendship, and community service through her affiliations with the Somers Lion Club and the town. And then she's also been very integral part in our veterans and getting our Veterans Committee up and running. So, congratulations, Kate. Well deserved. She does a lot here. And this is just something that we're very excited for her about.
She's also the photographer, a fill-in photographer on events as well.
Yeah.
So
She is.
She does everything. We really appreciate it.
We do.
Smoke alarm saves lives. The American Red Cross is installing free smoke alarms in the community. Learn more to make an appointment, and you can call 845-673-1198 to make an appointment. St. Luke's Church annual spring plant sale. That's going through Saturday, May 13th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Mother's Day gifts would be a good thing. And that's at St. Luke's Episcopal Church, 331 Route 100. Cash and checks only, please. Somers Lions Club Carnival, Wednesday, May 17th through Sunday, May 21st. And that is at the Fireman's Field on Route 202. Veterans Social is taking place on Saturday, May 20th, 10 a.m., Elephant Hotel. Family and friends are welcome. Food and refreshments will be provided. And you can RSVP by calling 914-907-3065 or Carmadella, C-A-M-A-R-D-E-L-L-A at alexandra@somerschools.org. This is a high school student that is doing this. So we're excited for her and what she's doing and trying to get the veterans together and create a social here. So she's been, I believe I had a conversation with her yesterday, and she is looking to, when she goes to college, to do something with the veterans as well. So, so this is something that she's very excited to do.
Are there
So,
veterans in her family?
I believe there are, yes. So, and then Westchester County Mobile Shredder coming to Somers, and that is Tuesday, May 23rd, and that will be at Reese Park, and that is at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. The 7th Annual Charity Car Show honoring the veterans in memory of Louis DeMarco, sponsored by Horton Landscaping and Leewood Beverage Center, Sunday, June 11th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., Somers Intermediate School registration. 9 a.m. to 11, and there's a fee of $20. Entry bags will be given to the first 125 cars. Town of Somers Independence Day celebration will take place Saturday, June 24th. That will be at Reese Park. Rain date will be June 25th. And then calling all high school students, Somers Parks and Recreation is accepting applications for summer day camp. Counselor positions must be 16 years of age. Approximate salary for the 6 weeks is $2,200. Please contact Reese Park for an application. That is all I have today. Pat, do you have a fun fact?
I have two.
Yay, nice.
Can I make one announcement first?
Sure, please.
I just want to remind everybody that tomorrow night is the Wizards game at the high school. I think the doors open at 6 and the game's at 7. If you have tickets, just remember it's tomorrow night.
And
School board vote, May 16th. Just remember, everybody get out and vote.
Yeah. At-
Voting on the budget, you'll be voting on a capital spending project, and you'll be voting for two trustees. Two positions.
and the budget, Tony, I believe, as well.
What's that, I said
The
the
budget.
budget, the budget, the capital spending project, and trustees. So those are the three triggers. to
Yeah.
vote. All right,
And that's at the middle school, right?
it's at the middle school.
Voting
That's
place.
in middle school, yep.
And
And-
I guess, we could go, I mean, will Bill go to the Mother's Day thing? or-
We got a break
I'll let
coming.
you do Mother's
Yeah.
Day. But I would like to say there is, of course, a Memorial Day Parade on May 29th here in Somers, assembling at the middle school parking lot, parading over to Ivandale Cemetery. I believe the fire department is handling the Veterans Day coordination, but with a lot of help from folks like Kate O'Keefe and others. Please come out and support the veterans. I think they're starting to really come to the surface of our town. They're the fabric of our community, and I, for one, am very glad that they're getting this attention, well deserved.
Oh, that parade is one of the great things there's a lot of small town Americana that I love about Somers. That parade is, and Independence Day are certainly at the top of that list.
Great.
I guess the entire board here wants to wish all the moms in town.
Yeah.
In
Happy
town,
Mother's Day.
in New York, in the United
Everywhere.
States, everywhere.
Worldwide.
You know,
Galactically.
Have a great Mother's Day. We know they
Especially
deserve
both
it.
Linda and Patty sitting right here. Happy Mother's Day.
We know they deserve it.
Patty, you have any
All right.
fun facts?
So I came with nothing, and now actually I have 3.
All right.
Uh-oh.
3.
So on this day in history, Salvador Dali, this famous Spanish
that's who it
was
Okay.
born,
That's right.
as well as Irving Berlin, the American poser. And then in 1981, the great Bob Marley died of cancer at age 36.
Oh,
36.
Holy cow.
So,
Wow.
you know, I only like Yankee history, and when I'm not getting them, I'm a little biased.
Let's see.
Well, that's all we have tonight. I'll make a motion to close out tonight's regular meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Good night, everyone.
Good night.